knowing what your goal is before you start. So like, okay, you have the initial draw, you sign up, you go do whatever it is. Whenever you're lining up for it, whether it's a solo ride or it's a group ride or race or whatever, it's okay, what's actually my goal? And I think that's the really important part that people tend to overlook. Is the goal to complete the route first and foremost? Is the goal to see what you're capable of? Is the goal to be as competitive as possible and potentially win? If your goal is to finish the route, that's a pretty clear goal. You know, if you need to sleep for 5 hours in the night and you still can make the cutoff, then sure, you get whatever place, but you completed your goal. If your goal is, I just want to see how far I can push myself, you don't necessarily have to finish the route to push yourself to the limit. I think people beat themselves up a lot mentally during these rides, and it's because they just start questioning, why am I out there? Why am I doing this? The more you can really lean into going into the ride, why am I doing this? It's going to help you in the darkest moments, both like literally, but also figuratively, on why are you doing it? In the past, I've been a little too hung up on, well, I'm doing this because I want to be competitive and I want to make a name for myself and I want to be able to play against the best. Your race isn't going well and all of a sudden it's hour 10 and you know there's absolutely no shot for you to podium, then that absolutely destroys your mental game for the rest of the ride. And the fact is, it's like, for that person, finishing may not be the goal at all. Like, hey, I have 4 more ultras this year and I am feeling way off. Maybe I do need to drop and start training again earlier and like recover. That's okay. Like, I'm not one to say that like, oh, just willy-nilly drop a race. But if someone's goal is to try to podium at an ultra this year and they get borderline heat exhaustion at the first ultra of the year, either you have to readjust your goal for the ride or you just have to accept that. And then same thing, if your goal is to finish the route no matter what in the given time frame, then yes, there's going to be a point where you might be riding 4 miles an hour for 5 hours straight and you're like, this is never going to end. You don't just quit because you're going 4 mile an hour average. It's you keep riding until that time cutoff. You just never know. Like, the wind can change, the conditions can change. If your goal is to try to finish the route in time frame, you ride until that time frame is up. And if you don't finish it, then it's up to you to make that call. Some people, like last year, they still kept riding anyway. They didn't make the time cutoff, but their goal was to finish the route no matter what. We were still up late applauding and clapping for those people. They weren't considered official finishers. You know, you bet your ass that they actually rode that whole course.
Yeah, they did.
So you got to really lean into, why are you doing it?